Hello everyone, before we start the video, I'm terrible at plugging my Twitter within the video, so I have to do it at the end and then put the end at the start. Regardless, I do talk about a lot of this Ecomi stuff, a lot about what's happening in the crypto world on my Twitter. So if you want to follow me, it's at ZakiZoo. I talk about leaks, I talk about teasers, I talk about obviously the price itself, all that good stuff. But with that being said, enjoy the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be looking at some new stuff and some old stuff and some potential stuff regarding the DC universe and of course VeVe itself. Before we look into all of it though, first of course the Ecomi price, pretty normal. Honestly, we did have quite a low today. I noticed I wasn't awake at that time, but apparently we're down to 0.002 at one point, and our high was also quite high for where we normally are at 0.005. So definitely an interesting day to study. So obviously we've seen some other cryptos that have had some interesting fluctuations today, let's say the least. Obviously I hope everyone is okay with everything that happened, but obviously that's how it goes. Regardless though, obviously right now we're essentially at 0.003, so realistically everything is pretty normal from where we left off yesterday at least. But that's not the main thing I want to talk about today, because I want to talk about some Batman stuff. I want to talk about some DC universe stuff as well, because I think there's a lot of opportunities that I think are going to be very exciting for VeVe marketplace users and Ecomi investors, obviously over the long term. Batman Black and White Series 5, the much awaited 5th series from DC's Batman Black and White, drops Thursday 20th of May, which is tomorrow at 8 AM on the VeVe Android and iOS apps. The Batman Black and White line brings to life interpretations of the world's greatest detective and select Gotham City characters from the world-renowned comics. The much awaited 5th installment hits VeVe Thursday tomorrow essentially, and offers fans an opportunity to collect their favorite masked superheroes from one of DC's long-running lines, Batman Black and White. This series is available globally, and of course here we have number 89. Ripped from the pages of Dark Knight's metal comes the Batman who laughs, a striking version of the Caped Crusader who makes nightmares shudder, designed by Greg Capullo. Sorry if I've got your name wrong, by the way. Sorry, Greg Capullo, my bad, sorry about that. The drop date, of course, is tomorrow. List price is 40 roughly. We have 16,800 editions. This is going to make mad money. If we keep going, therefore, we have Robin. Peeled from the pages of Batman and Robin comes the very popular boy wonder, Batman Black and White digital collectible statue designed by artist Frank Quitely, sorry. List price is 50, which is very similar, if not the... No, sorry, it's actually more expensive. I see it as more expensive than the Batman by roughly 10 gems. And we have this one being an uncommon. Of course, we have less editions, so of course that one will also probably make a good amount of money. And then we have Batman, the distinctive style of top Batman illustrator of the 1960s. Artist Carmine Infantino brings Batman to life with this iconic digital collectible statue of the Caped Crusader, and this one is 60. It's going to be rare this time. And the next one then we're looking at is based on Mike Mignola. This digital collectible statue was a sellout success in 2006 and has gone on to be one of DC's Direct's most popular physical statue designs. And of course this one is 90, and there's only 3,800 editions of this one, making it ultra rare. Batman, Robin, and all DC characters and elements, and TM DC Comics and Warner Bros. Entertainment Inc. Of course, basically what we know is that DC and of course Warner Bros. Are working with VeVe, and that's what I want to talk about next. For one, I want to take us back to the Dragon Girl drop, because essentially looking at the prices, looking at how many editions they were, and looking at how it sold out very soon, essentially within 50 minutes, this drop made roughly around $800,000. Now, if we think about how much these were and how many editions there were, and then we think about the Batman stuff, realistically this is going to sell out within 10 minutes, if not less than that, and I can't only imagine how much it's going to make. Of course, I'm waiting and excited to see what they post about with this one as far as like the results are concerned. However, there is something else I noticed recently. If we look at Crypto Crayons channel, by the way, the reason why it doesn't say subscribed is because I'm not currently signed in. You can't see that though, unless if I actually click subscribe and then it says sign in to subscribe to this channel. So just so that you know, yeah, we're trying to support everyone out here, but I'm on Firefox, so I'm not signed in. That being said, I want to look at some of their videos, because realistically they've made some really interesting videos, and honestly I haven't been paying attention to this channel as much as I should be, so apologies Crypto Crayons, because honestly what I'm seeing here is crazy and we have a lot to to go over here. So the first one I want to have a look at, this was posted 27 April, so a little while ago. Now this is, I believe, fan-made. Now some of these are fan-made, some of the videos on Crypto Crayons is fan-made, and some of them are sort of leaks of seeing previous material that have, you know, been resurfaced by Crypto Crayons. Now this specifically is fan-made, but how awesome does this look? This is so it's so creative, and it's so amazing to see what people are able to do. Like, just this, imagine, I'm just thinking about the content that can be made with this. Like, the content itself is going to be earned media that markets all of this. People are going to be wanting to be able to, you know, put, as soon as they see their favorite TikToker or their favorite YouTuber or whatever, play around with collectibles of their own favorite IP, in this case, of course, Batman. This looks absolutely incredible. Of course, we have Spider-Man too. Now, of course, Spider-Man is not DC, but this does look absolutely incredible, and I can only imagine what we're going to see regarding DC versus Marvel in the VeVeverse. This is going to be absolutely ridiculous, and of course, this itself, this stuff, I think, really will be able to sell many millions. Let's think about the fact that realistically, if we take a look at Tokidoki versus Spider-Man relevancy, now this is nothing against Tokidoki, by the way. Tokidoki is awesome, but I want to use this information as a ways of looking at how far ahead as far as the awareness and the IP is concerned from Spider-Man, for example, and Tokidoki. So this is Google Trends. This is worldwide over the past year, essentially. And what we're noticing is that if we have a look at where Tokidoki is, Tokidoki consistently is at 1 or less than 1 in search results compared to, of course, Spider-Man / DC, essentially. I mean, I want to be fair. Let's put on Batman as well, see what happens there. So again, very similar, although we can even see here, Batman has literally taken 100 on here, and of course we have Tokidoki at less than 1 on here. So Tokidoki, if that was able to sell $800,000 in 15 minutes, what is Batman going to do here? I reckon we could be seeing so much more, especially as we see more collections. And one thing that's really important to me is that we do see more. I want to see more content from VeVe. I know we've already seen content every week or whatever, but realistically, with how they want to build this into a mainstream platform, which is what Reese has already said, so I'm not putting words into his mouth, I don't believe. Himself has said that he expects to see 1 million people at least on this platform by the end of this year. Realistically, it will likely be more. In fact, on Twitter, I believe he did say that 1 million is conservative, which makes me think, obviously, if they want to have more mainstream adoption, we're going to have to see a lot more figures than we already do. We need people to be able to actually buy things generally, because that has been a problem with VeVe before, where people just don't have any stock to buy, you know, etc. So I do think we're going to see a lot more coming to VeVe over this year. I think this is the very start, honestly, and I'm very excited to see how, of course, it affects the OMI price, because whilst I know a lot of people are worried about, obviously, different crypto coins crashing and stuff, if you actually look at why OMI can do well, it's not because of day trading, it's because of an actual business behind it. And of course, a lot of you know that already, but a lot of people don't seem to understand that, and that's personally why I'm very excited for OMI. That being said, what are your thoughts on all of this? I would love to hear your takes. I was even looking at Warner Media's HBO and HBO Max stats today, looking at the fact that they have literally gained like an extra 2 million subscribers over the past sort of couple months. Now they're currently at 44, or they were at end of March at least, at 44.2 million subscribers. Once they start advertising these NFTs to people, mainly once obviously mainstream adoption comes up, when we have more influencers rather than just obviously TV advertising, or of course streaming platform advertising, I guess. I think as we see more individuals picking it up, showing it off on TikTok, showing it off on Twitch, YouTube, etc., and then we have even more so advertising on Warner Media's HBO and HBO Max, when we see it on Disney Plus. Obviously Disney Plus doesn't, I don't think, host Marvel and DC, or probably host Marvel but not DC. But just in general, I honestly think that once the platform is ready, which we're seeing, obviously VeVe is, or Ecomi, sorry, is hiring more people to actually build the platform better, be ready for mainstream adoption, I think things could go really crazy, where we could literally see tens of millions of users on VeVe at some point, maybe even this year / next year. What are your thoughts on that? I would love to hear your take. And of course, as that happened, honestly, I could see, well, we were on a high of 0.005 today, so it's not like that can't happen. I could see that definitely getting us to $1, or sorry, 1 cent at the very least. But of course, so many things have to happen for that. We're going to be on new exchanges soon, etc., etc. But with that being said, I have a lot more to go over in another video about all that sort of stuff, so I want to do that then. But that being said, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you want to be absolutely happening, be sure to subscribe to this channel, because because I do cover everything pretty much every day, or at least I'm trying to. So if you enjoyed, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.